Welcome to episode 47 of the Lightning Round. I'm your host, Lightning, and finally, joining us again is AR.
Well, by finally, it sounded like he's like all mad at me, but also sounds like he's happy. So I'm going to take that as an "I hate you with all my guts right now. Where the hell have you been?" sort of thing, or that, or why is he back sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is both. Oh, hi. So
Yes.
who have you had as host other than me now? I'm wondering.
Duhad was on for quite a bit of it.
Yeah, I knew Duhad was on.
I've had Soundspeed on for the interviews. Soundspeed's been doing the interviews with me. And then of course there was at least twice, I think, while you were gone that we did discussions. We did an Equestria Girls discussion.
Yes.
And I think there was another one, and we just have a whole bunch of people joining us for
That's
those.
good.
So.
Those tend to get hectic, though.
Yeah, but they're fun.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, yes, people, I am back. I had a whole month's worth of work. I literally worked about 15 to 18 hours a day. That was very fun, by the way. So I wasn't on Skype at all. People were mad. People were scared. People were actually starting to get depressed. Yeah, anyways, I'm never going to leave the internet for more than a month ever again.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I'll be back now, and I'll be talking to you, making fun of you again. And by you, I mean
the
Lightning.
rest of the month.
I'll be back in July, too.
Well,
in my mind.
Might as well bring this up then, yeah.
No, not yet. It's a secret.
We've mentioned this for about 2 weeks now.
Oh. Well, you can mention it with me, because I'm awesome.
Yeah. The lightning round is coming to an end. And, so we are going to go to Fiesta Equestria. I've already gotten approved for press badges. Me and AR will both have press badges, and we'll be covering the convention, which is June 20th through the 30th.
28th.
That will be
You said 20th. It's 28th.
No, 28th. I said 28th.
You said 20th. You said 20th.
No, I didn't. I said 28th. It just sounded like I said 20th. 20th and 28th kind of sound the same.
You kind of do, especially if you're like rushing through the sentence. You're like the 28th to the 30th. So
yes. So yeah. Anyway, 28th through the 30th of this month is when we're going to be at Fiesta Equestria. That's going to be kind of our grand finale because we're going to have like interviews with the cast and crew of My Little Pony. We're going to be covering the convention, put up several videos, maybe even some trip vlogs, like, you know, a video of us while we're in the car from Lubbock to Houston. We're going to have all 6 of us in the car.
Wait, you mean 5, right?
Well, yeah, I guess if BT doesn't show up, it'll only be 5 of us.
It depends, so that's a varying issue. But yeah, maybe we will. But also, I think more of actually the trip stuff could go both on Mufflin Productions and Lightning Round. Because the trip is Mufflin Productions a bit more of, in all honesty. But it's both, still. I mean, well, the trip part is, the convention itself is more just for fun, and the Lightning Round.
Right. I mean, Muffin Productions is going to be there. I mean, you and Delta are going to be there. So, yes. I mean, but the same goes for, like, Fanatic Fiction. Almost all of Fanatic Fiction is going to be there, especially if BT shows up.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, of course, we got us that we're both going to be there for the Lightning Round.
Why am I involved in everything known to man?
Yeah, I know. You're also part of End to End. But then again, that's a Muffin Lovin' Productions thing, so.
It's sponsored by and hosted by. It's Duhad's thing. We just hosted for him on our channel.
Right.
Because we're awesome.
So anyway, the deal is that we're going to do that as kind of like a grand finale. We're going to have some stuff. A bunch of videos come out for that, and then the Lightning Round will end that time. We'll do a live show during the convention, and it'll be kind of our last one. On the flip side, over the next week or so, End to End is supposed to start up again because AR is back now, and
once again, I'm involved in too much. That's why I don't leave for months on end anymore.
And as when the next End to End, when we start recording more episodes of End to End, I will be joining them there. So again, I'll put the link for Muffin Lovin' Productions in the chat go over there to check out End to End, and I'll be joining them as the month progresses. And then when July hits, I'll be exclusively doing End to End, and I won't be doing the lightning round anymore.
What about AR and Delta whenever I start that up again in my lifetime?
Well, I mean, you're going to be working on that.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'll have more time for that now.
I mean, we're not stopping you from doing AR and Delta.
I am stopping myself. No, I'm not going to stop that. Yeah, I'm just lazy. Shut up, Steven. Sorry, my turtle's looking at me. He's a stuffed turtle. He's staring at me. He's mad because I took away my TV from my entertainment set to put a computer monitor there, but then I realized my TV was 32. It was like 20-something. I don't know. What was it? It's like 30 inches. Probably smaller than that. 26. Let's go with that. It sounds like a good number. And my computer monitor was 19, so I put it in the space there. I'm like, it's too small because it's...
Mine's about 32. I think my TV's 32 inches.
Yeah. Now I have two computer monitors. One's 19 inch, and the other's 19 inch. And I got literally my desk here. My nightstand has the other computer, and I got my MacBook Pro sitting on my bed.
Nice.
And I have my feet resting on my brand new guitar case.
So now...
should we move on to ponies?
Being that I'm ending lightning round, obviously the main focus of my channel after that's going to be my readings. As a quick announcement for that, My Little Dashie recently came up because we hit my 300 subscriber mark. So I put up My Little Dashie as a 300 subscriber special. On Across an Arrow is also coming to an end. Chapter 11 should be out this week or this weekend. I'm waiting for just a couple more lines, but everything else is completely done for that, and it shouldn't take more than about 2 hours to actually put it all together once I get those lines. So it should be out later on this weekend.
Awesome sauce.
And that means that afterwards, Yours Truly will be coming out, which might take about 2 weeks to get it done.
It's not
and
that
then
long.
We'll be starting, and then yeah, but I mean, I'm not 100% sure exactly how long it's going to take because it is a fairly long one shot.
Don't make promises.
Anyway,
I almost said prom.
After that, Allegreza will be coming out, and that will take the rest of the summer to get finished. So,
yes, I concur.
So that's the plan for the fan fictions. I've also got a couple of ideas for new series. And as those develop, I will talk about those when they actually
start taking headway and run off
pretty much.
to the wilderness of wonders, and you sing a song about the trees. Anyways, so we should probably move on to ponies because that's something I haven't discussed in a long time. I've been out for a month, as I've said, with work, and I've literally missed a crap ton of stuff.
Speaking of which, the interview this week. We have with us the convention chair for Fiesta Equestria, Pickle Brony.
Pickle Brony?
That was his name.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I mean him
he
respect.
came and talked to us about Fiesta Equestria. Talked about what it's like to be ahead of a convention, what makes it run smoothly, and he also told us about some announcements, some of which have not been made public until now.
Oh dear.
So definitely check that out. That's going to be coming up in just a second here.
Sadly, I'm not in the interview.
Right. Let me see here. The for the upcoming weeks here, we've only got 2 more weeks, and 2 more weeks before. I mean, it's 3 weeks until the convention, but 2 more weeks in between there where we're going to have podcasts. So, it's you know what's really funny? It looks like the weekend of the convention is going to be episode 50. That'll be a
50-part series.
Yeah, that'll be a nice way to end off the lightning round because it'll be our 50th episode and it'll be our last episode.
It's our 50th anniversary.
That's pretty cool. So 48 and 49 are in between there, and it's looking like the Saber Spark brought out a
video
update recently, and he mentioned that the very first part of Brony Chronicles was going to be coming out. That's that's the new documentary that's coming out that he and Paleo put together. And so, if that does come out within the next week or so, next week I think we'll be discussing that. Like, we'll watch it and we'll discuss the new documentary. Because it's supposed to be like a 3-part series, but the first part's like an hour long, so...
Yes.
So, if that does come out in the next week, we'll watch that and then we'll discuss that for the next week. Otherwise,
I'll make fun of it.
I don't have any other interviews planned. I've got a few that I'm looking at, but I don't have anything confirmed yet. So hopefully on the
eve of the solstice.
Well, hopefully on the
the
49th episode, episode 49 of the Lightning Round, we'll have an interview before the convention. But I can't guarantee anything because I haven't gotten an email back from them yet. So we'll try to get an interview for that one. So expect the discussion next week, an interview after that, and then the convention to end it off this month.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, like I said, today we have Fiesta Equestria, and we can get into that interview right now.
Whee!
So first thing on the agenda this week, we have an interview with the convention chair of Fiesta Equestria. Joining us today is Pickle Brony.
Hello.
So I'm going to start off by asking you a question I ask everyone that comes on the show. What's your favorite pony and favorite episode?
My favorite pony and favorite episode. All right. I've got a tie with like 6 different characters here for best pony, but if I had to pick one, just one that was my all-time favorite, oh boy.
If it makes it any easier, maybe if you broke it down into favorite main character, favorite background, favorite CMC, princess, etc.
All right, I'll try that. All right, my favorite of the main 6 is easy. That one's Pinkie Pie.
Fair enough.
My favorite CMC is probably Sweetie Belle. And then favorite princess is Luna. And then this one, it still has like 5 ties. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with... can it be favorite character or is it favorite pony specifically?
Character.
All right, then I've got to say Gilda, and I have no idea why.
Hey, fair enough.
I like her. She's badass. I'm able to say that on here.
That should be all right. It's actually kind of interesting. I think that's the, I've seen plenty of people go like, oh yeah, really big fan of Trixie, or, even some people are like, oh yeah, Lightning does best, but not a lot of Gilda fans.
I know. She doesn't get enough love.
Yeah. Hey, I'm actually really happy to see that, though. It's always cool to see someone, grouping on one of the less popular characters.
Yeah. Oh, and then favorite episode, right. I forgot there was the second part of that question. All right, favorite episode. Oof. I really liked Sleepless in Ponyville from Season 3. That one was really good. I also really enjoyed Luna Eclipsed.
Oh, yeah.
And Feeling Pinky Keen. That was one from each season, so yeah, there we go.
Not bad. Also, considering, seasons 2 and 3, man, I can't even begin to imagine why your, pick for Princess was the way it was. I mean, it seems so counter to your episode choices.
I know, right? Princess Luna doesn't get enough screen time.
No, though I thought for a second that you were going to say it doesn't get enough love, and I was going to give
I know. I was about to say that, and I was like, wait, then I'd just be lying.
Yeah. It's like, screen time, definitely not enough. Love?
Yeah.
I think she gets plenty of that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, Lightning, I think you had another question on the old Listorama.
Well, go ahead. We can alternate, so go ahead and ask him the next question.
Sure, fair enough. I like using random word. Anyway, so, gotta ask, how did you get into the fandom?
Okay, I got into the Brony fandom. I actually have the date on my calendar because I loved it so much. It was like November of 2012 when my brother showed me. Oh wait, no, 2011. Yeah, 2011. Um, when my brother showed me and my friend Eric and the first two episodes, he was like saying it was good. My sister, they're both older than me and in college, and I was, I'm just like, all right. So they showed me the episodes, and I was like, this is pretty stupid. I actually didn't like the first episodes that much. I don't, but then I don't know what happened, but on December 28th, 3 days after Christmas, I was like, I don't know why, but I really have nothing else to do. I don't know why. I guess Christmas gifts didn't give me enough to do. I decided to go back and start watching again. And then one day I watched every episode up until the newest episode that just came out, which I believe was Hearthwarming Eve. And yeah, from there, my brother showed me fan fiction, and I started writing fan fiction. And that's what really got me into the fandom itself. I just liking the show, and then I found out about Houston Bronies and a bunch of other stuff.
Not bad at all. And you went from there to running a whole convention.
Yeah.
Actually, that's our next question too. Is like how did you decide I want to start a Houston convention?
Well, it was like a late night. It literally happened. It came into my mind at like 1 a.m. when I was laying in a bed at my mom's house, and I was just like, I'm really bored. What's something fun that I can do? And I started thinking about Brony conventions because I think I was reading about a post or something on Equestria Daily and how everyone flips about them, and I just thought it'd be so much fun to go to one. And I was like, you know what? If I'm not gonna, there's never gonna be one in Houston, because the one that just happened in Austin, Brony Fanfare, I couldn't go to it. So I was like, dang, if I'm gonna have to wait another year for it, I think it'd be really cool to actually have one in Houston. Houston has a lot of anime conventions that I've gone to, so I know it's a great city for conventions. And so I just started talking to a few people about how to start a convention, and I just got going.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, honestly. Though I gotta ask, you hear about the whole Las Pegasus thing?
Did I hear about it? Yes.
Yeah,
I did hear.
A bit of a meltdown, wasn't it?
Oh no, I thought it was awesome. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that was terrible to hear. Not only just because I honestly, even though I run a convention, I don't like to hear about other conventions failing. Just because I don't consider any other convention really competition, more of just another fan trying to bring other fans together. And if I'm able to do that, then that's really a win for me. But when I heard about its money troubles, it was great that for the first day and a half it was able to have everyone have fun. But it was terrible to hear about all that had gone on. But it was a little also kind of just a little nice to see everyone banding together a bit in order to help the convention.
Well, even though less than helping the convention, more helping the people that kind of got
but I mean,
in trouble because of the convention.
Yeah, like the voice actors.
The voice actors who didn't get paid, and the people, the artists who got kind of stuck in random places, cut off the rest of the convention, and just like the whole thing was kind of a mess. But the community really came together to help those guys out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like it's really nice to see people actually see a tragedy and not go, oh, I'm gonna leave, or this isn't my problem. I've already I'm not in trouble in any way, and still kind of help out. But with the whole Las Vegas thing, that was really terrible to hear. And even I don't know why, but some people assumed that like the people who ran Las Pegasus Unicon ran like every other Brony convention, as if there's just a traveling group of convention organizers. And I got a few emails from people that were just like, oh my gosh, so is Fiesta Equestria still gonna happen because Unicon failed?
Yeah, no, though, that kind of, makes me wonder, you're running a relatively decent-sized, get-together at this point. Unicon failed because of, the fact that it was, in a lot of ways, a little bit too big for, itself to properly, manage itself. The people who were running it weren't able to run a con that size. and the whole thing sort of fell apart. How do you plan to, like you're obviously you're confident, you're smiling, you're happy, you seem pretty sure of yourself. So what do you think your edge is in this? Like, how are you running this thing so that you're pretty sure it's going to succeed where Unicon didn't?
Well, I mean, first off, it's that we learn from mistakes, and even if it's not my mistake, I'm still going to take all that what happened at Unicon and learn from that experience. We're keeping up with all our payments when it comes to voice actors and all that very properly. We're making sure that we're going to have enough for what our estimate should be. We're trying to keep track of all possible flaws that could occur, all the problems that could occur at the convention, because no convention is ever just completely free from being prone to error in some way. And I'd be lying if I'd said I'd ever gone to a convention that worked perfectly. But I mean, with us being a first year Brony convention, especially with this size, like we're having freaking concerts and stuff at our convention with Hayoshin and all that. I can say that we've got plenty of people working on it, and we're watching our budget. We're making sure that we are planning everything out accordingly to where this can be a great first year convention. And I'm not going to lie and say, it's going to be perfect, it's going to be phenomenal. But I do believe that it will be a great time for the guests coming. And I don't think we're going to have any problems that of the magnitude of Unicon. Maybe there's going to be some panelists that don't show up, or something like that, but it's not going to be anything of this convention is ruined type thing.
Well, you're definitely convincing me.
It's kind of one of those things where when you have a convention, it's like problems are going to happen. What makes a convention good is if there's things put in place to make sure that problem can be handled immediately.
Yeah, we've definitely got like security teams and all that. In fact, I believe they just had a meeting this weekend, to go over protocol and things like that, because we want our security and our staff to be aware of what's going on at the convention, but we still want them as well as our guests to be able to interact and still have a good time, because no one wants the security just to be like like airport security where you're just like can't even do anything.
So now, as the convention chair for Fiesta Equestria, what is your specific role? What do you do for this convention?
Well, I am the convention chair first up. Yeah, so I've pretty much organized everything, or a lot of things, with my partner. I have a partner named Igneous, but we've basically planned everything out, organized it, contacted agents, acquired a team, kept up with our team and what they're doing, making sure they have all the information they need and that they're getting everything done. I answer general questions that come in from people, whether it be about registration or whatever. I contacted the hotel, and I keep up with our payments and making sure that everything that needs to get done to make our convention as good as possible does get done. But is really quickly, besides convention chair, I'm also in charge of press and guest. So basically, I also have to keep in contact with all the agents and make sure that they're all good with all the voice actors and the fan guests. And then also with press, I've been in contact with press outlets like Everfree Network and Ponyville Live, in order to get them suited for our convention.
Yeah, that sounds actually pretty good. You mentioned working a lot with agents and the voice actors and whatnot. So obviously, if someone's going to a convention, they want to decent sized convention. They want to see some of the people who work on this stuff. They want to see the big names. Who are you going to have there?
No one. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so
there you
go. We're going to have Andrea Libman, who's Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. We've got Ashley Ball's band, Hey Ocean. They're coming. Ashley Ball is the voice of Applejack and Rainbow Dash. So that's going to be nice to have her, because she hasn't done many conventions.
With her band.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why she wants to get her band more coverage, which is smart. And so they were actually the first people we got. We were just kind of like, we'll bring her band and her at the same time. But we've also got Michelle Kraber.
Oh, Michelle Kraber?
Yeah, who is Apple Bloom's voice and Sweetie Belle's singing voice.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we got her, and she's actually opening for Hey Ocean. So that should be great. Yeah. Yeah, she's fun. We've also got people like Trevor Duvall, Michael Dangerfield, Peter New, Marika Hendrisky. I believe that's how you say her name. I'm sorry if I just butchered it so much. Kelly Metzger, Sam Vincent, and I believe that should be it. We have.
With the exception of Tabitha St. Germain, Tara Strong, and John Delancey, you pretty much have most of the big names in the show at this convention. That's pretty impressive.
I was kind of surprised that Lee Tokar wasn't going to make an appearance because he's on the convention.
Yeah, I think it's because we had a budget for our guests, and we had a certain amount saved and planned for the guest in order to cover them. And by the time we got around to talking with Lee, we just, we didn't have the funds for it. We didn't have it within our budget too. But assuming Fiesta Equestria goes well, and we have a good turnout, and that the fandom stays strong for next year, we love to get as many people as we can for next year. I know Tara Strong. The reason we couldn't get her was that she's working on the weekend of our convention. I've talked with Tabitha at Comic Palooza recently, which was a convention here in Houston, and even though she's so sweet, even though she is not a guest at our convention, she still was telling people about it.
That's very nice of her.
Yeah, we're hoping to get her next year. And then John Delancey's at Space City Con, which is another convention in Houston. So, I'll be able to see John Delancey soon, too.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Admittedly, when you get a guy who's involved in two of the most concentric fandoms in the universe, probably going to be a little bit difficult to try and, secure him.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So, now, for a convention like this with all these guests, what does it take to put a convention like this together?
Well, seeing as how when I started the convention, I was 17 years old, it's not anything, first off, about age. Because a lot of people, I've talked with some people, and they do, a lot of people, assume people who are running conventions, you need to be of a certain age in order to do, not for legal reasons, just for other business purposes, but it's really that you just need to know how to present yourself. You need to be able to have legitimate funding from somewhere. And we've had investors that have put money in our convention, and we are we will be paying these investors back. You need to have some form of money in order to pay for things, because with conventions, a lot of your revenue will not come in until the time of the convention, obviously, because the only real money that you make is from dealers' tables and pre-registers. But you get most of your passes the day of the convention, you sell autographs at the convention, but you still have to pay for a lot of deposits and all the other stuff to pay for your venue, voice actors, all before the convention. So you definitely need money before the convention. You need just a sense of maturity of when you're going into this, that you are going to be you're going to be representing a business almost, even though I don't like to think of us that way. You need to present yourself in that way when you're talking with agents and people guest managers for hotels or venues, whatever your venue may be, if it's a convention center. But yeah, just because you need to make sure that they're not thinking, oh, okay, this person isn't serious or something like that. You need to be organized because you have to be able to keep up with all your dates, payments, that kind of thing. And honestly, it needs to be something that you're really passionate about, because I love My Little Pony and I love the fandom so much, and that's what keeps me going with this, because it's just I want to bring these people together. I want to see happy faces, honestly, because whenever I get an email from someone saying like, oh, my 12-year-old son is coming to your convention and it's his birthday and it's the only thing he asked for, honestly, that just makes me smile so much for the fact that I'm giving that happiness and joy and to someone else without even having to know them. I'm able to bring that smile to their face, and I'm able to make them want to go to something. Just the fact that I'm bringing them together is honestly the driving force for me in this. It's not money at all. Any money that we make is going straight back into making it a better convention next year for all you guys.
That is a really admirable goal and a really admirable sentiment. It's always good to see, people, doing these passion projects who are really 100% devoted to it for, pretty much almost purely altruistic reasons. And, you're definitely a bit of an inspiration there, buddy.
Thank you.
But I gotta ask, you're setting this whole thing up, you're, planning these things out, you've clearly put a lot of thought in it, worked out all these things in this incredible, this incredible work, this incredible amount of money, like all this effort. Have you ever done anything like this before, or have you, did you have to hire on people, or did you just learn this stuff as you were going along?
Well, I've never done anything like this before. I've done like high school projects, and that's like the biggest thing I've ever done. And I honestly have never even had. This is gonna sound terrible. I know a lot of people are just gonna whatever. I've never even had like a job before. That's like a paying job. I've this is gonna be my first real kind of occupation. But with learning everything, we have a staff, and they're doing it all by they're volunteers because they want to see they want to see this become a thing and be a success. Because of their love for the fandom. But yeah, they're all from the Houston Brony group, which is one of like the larger Brony groups on Facebook, and they're another reason that I'm able to be so driven with My Little Pony, just because they're so active and just so amazing. I love everyone in that group, and I know they've been so supportive of everything that Fiesta Equestria has been doing. But yeah, that's how we got our staff. And then when it comes to learning how to do all this, it was asking questions to other convention chairs. I got to thank Peter from Brony Fanfare, because he was the one who told me how to get started and what I should do with this. I asked other people from anime conventions that were around the Houston area, because Brony conventions and anime conventions aren't that different except for what they're doing it for. And then my partner attended a few Brony conventions, and he talked with some of the staff there, and he was able to watch, all the inner workings of that because he volunteered at those conventions. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, it definitely sounds like, even if you aren't doing this all on your own, like you're definitely kind of surrounding yourself with smart people, which is actually a really great skill, honestly.
Oh, God, I could not do this alone.
No,
oh my gosh.
I don't think anyone could.
Yeah, really, it would be insane.
Yeah, but hey, you say you've never had a job before. Trust me, by the time you're done with this, you will be more than qualified as essentially a small business owner.
Yeah.
This is really impressive. What you've been able to do is really impressive, and again, this is just absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
And from concept to actual fulfillment of this entire convention. There must have been challenges that you faced and just hardships that you had to go through in order to get this done. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
All right. Sure. Just because I don't want to hide any problems that have gone with our convention, so I like being honest about it. So I don't mind telling you guys. For the first thing that comes to mind is that we had scheduled for there to be a thing called the King and the Queen of the Fiesta Pass, which was going to be pretty much like a huge thing that was all going to go towards charity, and it was going to be like a suite given to the person who buys these two passes. there was going to be an auction for them, but we had it in our hands. We had it planned, but our execution, mainly on my end, was I did not prepare for it enough, and I did not look into things that I should have, like setting up an auction on eBay or something like that, and it didn't go properly, and we will no longer be selling these passes, but we still want to make just as much money for charity. So we're going to be doing a charity auction at our convention, and for the King and the Queen of the Fiesta passes, if you bought the King pass, you actually got a replica crown of King Samber's crown, like an actual thing, not plastic. It was metal, had actual jewels in it and stuff. And then if you bought the Queen one, you got Twilight's tiara. And we didn't want these to go to waste because they were so kindly donated to us by Pickle Brony, who is a very, 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 very talented person. And so we are going to be selling those items in the charity auction, hoping to raise just as much money as we would have for the charity if we had sold the passes. But it's all of us coming back from that little slip up and then planning something else to go for the same thing and not just saying, what can we do?
If your biggest slip up is the fact that you weren't able to set up a charity auction for a guest pass and are instead going to do a charity auction to sell some amazing jewelry, I'm pretty certain that you're having a pretty good time of it.
Oh,
at least you're able to turn stuff around well.
I wouldn't call it our biggest slip up. We've had other ones that it's all learning, so it's all going to be changed for next year.
First time.
But like other things, it's like I kind of wish we had made our pre-sale prices for like way early on when we started selling lower than they are now. We've kept it at a static $60 for any pre-registration, whether it be early or later. And it was something that after the first pass was bought, you can't go back and be like, hey, we're lowering the price. It was already too late. But that's something else that we can just change. But really quick, I'll touch on this. I'm not sure if we've really talked about this at all within our, within public releases, like PR information, but I'm going to say it now just because, it's something that happened. Basically, what had happened was we had done a Kickstarter at one point for our concerts in order to bring the fan musicians to pay for their flights, Michelle Kramer to our convention, and her name's the voice actress for Princess Cadence and her sister Britt McKillop. Britt McKillop and her sister to perform at Fiesta Equestria. The thing is, though, we are not getting them. What had happened was we had our staff had looked at their contracts and had not planned correctly in order to plan the Kickstarter. We had planned for too low. We had only planned to make $8,000 from the Kickstarter, and that was only enough to cover one of the musicians, or like even half of one of the musicians, and then all the fan musician flights, but it would not cover the second guest. So after the Kickstarter, we had to decide on which one, and we totally regretted it, and I'm sure their agent and them are still a little mad at us for our poor planning, and I wish I could make it up to them somehow. But I'm
sure they understand that it was an honest mistake.
It's still just a thing of I regret that so much, for the fact that I never wanted to get someone's, because they were really looking forward to coming down here, and that's what really hurts me, is that I have to at times you have to be able to say I'm sorry, we messed up. You have to be able to own up to what you've done, and you have to be able to be honest with them, and you can't there's no avoiding something after it's happened. That's that's another kind of quality that you need with conventions, is that you can't be spineless. You have to be able to face face what I normally wouldn't. In fact, if it was a school thing like that, I honestly wouldn't care that much. But it's like with things like this, you have to be able to face it. So that's probably our biggest slip up was that incident with Britt McKillop. But I do hope that we can somehow make it up to her, possibly getting her next year.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, next year you might be able to deal with that. Excuse me for a moment.
Sure.
Yeah, and things happen. There's always different challenges and stuff that you come across. But I wanted to get into a little bit more about what's going on with Fiesta Equestria, and why don't you start off by just giving us the basic information? When is it? Where is it? Stuff like that.
All right. First off, it is taking place June 28th through the 30th at the Marriott Westchase in Houston, Texas. It's going to be open. It'll open Friday at noon, and it should go until very late in the day on both Friday and Saturday. It opens Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. and will close on Sunday at, I believe, 5.
Okay, so you said noon on Friday is when it starts?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you about the venue. It's like when you try to go and decide where do I want this convention to be, how did you come up with the Marriott Westchase for that?
Well, the Marriott Westchase had hosted the anime convention, the first one I'd ever gone to when I was like 12 or 13. It was OniCon here in Houston, Texas, and it was the first convention I ever gone to. It was at the Marriott Westchase. I just remember that venue having a lot of great panel space, having just a lot of great rooms. It had water for every panel room. It had a lot of parking. It was just a large venue. They had a place for a concert, and it was just a large venue, all on one floor, a lot of hotel rooms, and could really accommodate the convention. And once we had booked Haoshin and we're in need of a large concert room, it was really the one where it was, we don't have to give up, because a lot of people, they give up their dealer's room area to do a main events type thing like a concert. But with the Marriott Westchase, we were able to have a grand ballroom for our dealer's room and still have a concert hall to do the Haoshin concert, our Pony Tektronica concert on Saturday, have main events, voice actor panels, that kind of thing in there.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Really going all out with this convention is, pretty amazing sounding.
Yeah, thank you.
So now, we already went over the guests that are going to be there, but I wanted to ask you about the different panels that are also planned for the event.
Yeah. Different panels that we have planned. I know we have a lot of community guests coming in, and they're going to be hosting quite a few panels. Like, when it comes to fan musicians that are actually also going to be doing the Saturday concert, we've got people like Omnipony, Mike the Microphone, Eurobeat Odyssey, those kinds of guys coming in. They're going to be doing a few musician panels talking about their works in the fandom for any other aspiring musicians, that kind of thing. We've got a few artists coming. I know we have Toxic Mario. He's done he's done a lot of stuff. We're going to be having artists doing artist panels. We have community guests like Saberspark, YouTubers, those kind of internet personalities coming. We've got cosplay. We've got a cosplay contest. We've got an equestrian idol contest that we're going to announce, which is basically a singing contest. We're going to be doing just a lot of different types of panels that are going to be going on. Tabletop gaming. We actually have a 24-hour game room. So if you're ever done with a concert, there's no other panels going on, but you're like, I don't want to go back to my hotel room, or I don't want to leave, we're still going to be having the game room going on the whole time for tabletop and video gaming.
Wow. So you're, again, not only do you have the music, not only do you have the music, the guests, everything, you're also, playing some things for, people to have games and all this stuff. This is, I'm actually kind of sad that I'm living on the opposite side of the country because this is sounding more and more like a really amazing convention.
Thank you. Oh, you actually also got some people that are going to be presenting games. Like, I know we've got like Legends of Equestria and other larger games like that are going to be presented here.
Huh. All right. So you've already said that you're expecting, like the convention sounds like it's going to be pretty darn big, but can you give us a rough estimate as to, how many people you're expecting to show up at the con?
Well, when I'm gonna say an estimate, and no one take this to heart because it could easily be smaller or larger. As I've seen conventions go too high with their estimate, and conventions go too low. Obviously, too high is a lot worse than going too low, but like Brony Fanfare, they estimated like 300, they got like 900. But then you have conventions like Las Vegas' Unicon, who plan for whatever high number they did, and then you get like 1,000. We are planning our convention safely around 1,200. Estimate, hoping that's around the bullseye where we go. We could go low with 1,000, high with 1,500, but I do think that's going to be our range. I'd be very surprised, if we went over 1,500 or lower than 1,000.
Makes sense. Actually, and that's a pretty good conservative estimate. I mean, it's not it's high enough that you can plan with a decent sized budget, but also not so huge that you run into the Unicon problem of wildly overestimating what you can bring into the city.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, though unlike Los Angeles, where was there? There was Las Vegas was Unicon. Unlike Vegas, you don't actually, you actually have a very large metropolitan area that people will already be in, so you can expect more people just from that. Whereas, Vegas is not a ghost town, but it's also not a place where a lot of people who would go to an MLP convention would, are living full time.
And also, in my opinion, just something about that area is that, from what I've actually got a lot of people contacting me about their children coming to my convention. And if your child came up to you and said, like, Mom, I really want to go to this Brony convention. Oh, well, where is it, sweetie? Las Vegas. That's really not the place parents feel to, secure about taking their children.
Heck, even beyond the little kids, you also got, teenagers and college-age people who can go to their parents and be like, hey, listen, I want to get some money together to go to this convention. And like, okay, where is it? It's okay, well, it's in Vegas, but I'm not going there to gamble.
Yeah.
Really, for reals. Yeah. I mean, I know it sounds suspicious, but no, I'm there for a children's cartoon show, not for gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just so everyone knows, there's badges going to be sold at the door. You don't need to pre-register or anything. You can just go there and buy, tickets at the door, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The only perk about getting your pre-registered is that, you're secure about already having paid for it. And it's also $10 cheaper. The pre-registered badge is $60. And the at-the-door badge is $70 for all 3 days. And we have the rest of our one-day prices on our website. But, you can pick up your badges just at the convention either way. It doesn't get mailed to you or anything like that if you pre-reg.
Yeah, and most, from my experience, most of the time when a lot of people pre-registering, it tends to make the line move a lot faster. So,
yeah,
nice community sort of thing there.
Yeah, because when you've pre-registered, you don't really have to mark anything off. Your badge is ready to go. You can actually even get our Picture Perfect Brony badge service still before pre-register. Pre-registration ends in 4 days, June 7th, by the way. But the Picture Perfect Brony badge service is you send a picture of your OC, we have our artist contact you, and he gets a picture of your OC, a description of it, and he draws it, and it goes on your badge. So, you can have a nice little picture of your OC, and you even get a digital copy if you want to use it on any website or something like that.
Oh, that is cool as heck.
Yeah. A lot of people have really liked them. I've been really happy with what I've seen.
See, that's a great little service for a convention to have. Honestly, I would not have thought of that. I can't think of any other cons that do that, and that is cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it because yeah, it is a special service for us, and that I hear a lot of people, always. I've gotten a lot of great feedback from people in the Houston Bronies and out of the Houston Bronies, and they're like, "Oh my God, I just got my picture," and they show it to the people, and they're just like, "Wow, it's really cool. I'm gonna go get that." So.
Oh, that is clever. That is clever. Lenny, I think you had something you wanted to ask?
Yeah. So now that we have this convention, and you have all these people going to this convention now, you got to think about staff. And how many people do you have on staff at this convention, whether it be security or VIP relations, stuff like that?
Well, do you mean like staff or volunteers? Because we have a staff of like 10 people or 12 people. That's like the heads of each section, but then we have volunteers that are signing up.
Right, and how many volunteers do you have?
That I'm not the volunteer lead, so I actually don't know our exact number. But we're always looking for volunteers, and I know our volunteer registration closes in like a week and a half or so. But I'm expecting maybe around 50, that kind of a number. I haven't looked into it too much. But I know our volunteer lead has been keeping track of that. But yeah, volunteers. If you volunteer for a convention and you do a shift, your proper shifts that you're supposed to do, because you get time to chill around the convention. But if you do that, then you get free admission into the convention. So,
not bad.
Now, for the people that are volunteering for this, and if there's someone at the convention that needs to talk to someone that's working as a volunteer, is there going to be like a shirt that your volunteers are wearing that they can easily see? Okay, well, these are the people I need to talk to.
Yes, all the volunteer staff will be in some type of specific T-shirt that will be easy to identify as the staff shirt. It'll say staff, and it'll say, Fiesta Equestria staff, and it'll be easy to identify. You'll see people walking around with certain equipment that you wouldn't, but these people will be easy to identify, and they'll all know the protocol for whatever issue may come up.
Very nice. I know we've already gone over this a couple of times to a lesser extent, but since we're just about to the end, let's really what is, if everything goes swimmingly well, what is it you want to do for 2014? Like, what do you want to do for the next for Fiesta Equestria 2?
That is a very, very good question. Just for the fact that, like, we have Hey Ocean, we have a band from Canada coming down, which is insane. But it's like, what do you do after that? How do you up that? And it's that I believe that after 1 year of showing that we're a successful convention, all the agents and voice actors having seen which conventions are good, which ones are all right, and which ones will not work, they'll see Fiesta Equestria as one that works, and we'll have more guests attending. We'll have a larger audience because everyone will have heard of how well it went. We'll have more relations. We'll be able to know of what to do for the next year after our first year. And so I really think it's just going to be more voice actor guests, whether who it may be, maybe people who come on for season 4, some other type of show guests. Like, we didn't get many writers or song people. Like, we didn't get those types of people. I'd really like to hit that side of the show.
That'd be pretty cool.
If I got Lauren Faust, oh dear God.
Oh yeah, you'd be a very lucky man if you got Lauren Faust.
Yeah,
but hell,
that's something.
You'd actually still be in pretty good shape though if you get like M.A. Larson and Megan McCarthy down to do like a writers panel.
Yeah,
man, I would fly from Maine to Texas just to see that. That would be cool.
It really would. It's like it's all the technical staff. I'd love to get them definitely.
Yeah. You know who would actually be kind of cool? Just throwing out there, getting a couple of people from DHX over into a convention thing. Those guys and girls are absolutely, marvels, and they deserve all the love. And I'd love to see them, get some of that at a convention, at a proper big convention.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd really like to have them too. It's just, everyone always likes to see the voice actors because those are they recognize them. But I mean, it's there's a lot of technical people that do go unrecognized, and it would be really awesome to have them come down to our convention.
Yeah, there's no way of saying this without sounding like a jerk, but it is kind of one of those things where casual fans are all about the voice actors because those are the most visual and obvious people, and then the hardcore fans. I'm really not trying to say like, oh,
yeah, I know what you mean.
those casual plebs, whatever. No, but like the people who are really hardcore fans of the show, who like really dig on the commentary tracks and see editorials that the writers put in fan websites and whatnot. Like I think those are the type of people. They're not as many, but they'd really appreciate seeing some of those guys and girls.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that a lot.
Yeah.
And now, I guess I was trying to look on the website earlier to see if there was like a posted schedule or just events.
That is coming soon.
Okay.
I'm working on it with my events lead. What we're probably going to be getting out within this week is a list of panels that will be happening, but not putting out the times yet. Because the thing is, everyone wants to know when everything's going on, and I understand that want because I've been to conventions before, but the only problem with putting out a schedule like this early is that what if we get someone saying, "Oh, I can't make it to your convention," or "I can't do this panel," or something like that occurs, to where then we have to change one thing. Then if someone already has printed out the schedule, they don't have an updated one. So we're going to be getting out panels and what's going to be going on, all the events and all that very soon. But we will not have designated times. We might put days of when they're happening so you know what's happening on each day. But the exact time will probably not be put up until a week or so from the convention.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. Well, we will definitely have a link to that website, and hopefully if it's up by the time this goes up, that page in particular, in the description for this video. So you guys go down in the description and click on that link.
Do it.
Peer pressure.
So, that is pretty much all that we had to go over. As the last question, just did you have any final thoughts or shout-outs that you wanted to make before we end this off?
Let's see. Final thoughts or shout-outs. I love every one of you that's listening right now, because y'all are awesome, because you're really getting into the fandom, listening to a podcast. I want to thank both of you for having me on here, because that was really nice of you guys, and I'm happy I'm happy to just be getting the word out and just be coming on a podcast, because that's really awesome.
We're glad to have you.
We're very happy to have you.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So once again, just to reiterate, Pickle Brony here, the head of Fiesta Equestria. That's going to be happening pretty soon. You should check out his website in order to find out when and where and what's going on exactly. If you are in the Houston area, you should definitely check it out. No, you should definitely check it out. And there will be a number of people on this YouTube channel who, as well as a few other ones, who will be covering things at the convention. So even if you can't make it, definitely check out that stuff, because if this goes well, next year is going to be even better.
Yes, it will.
It's all on you, though. You have to go. You have to make it better.
Remember, guys, only 4 more days until pre-registration closed. Then you got to pay $10 more at the door of the convention.
Sacre bleu.
All right, so that's all we have.
All right. Well, again, thanks for coming on the show, and we'll hopefully see you next year.
Of course. See you guys next year.
All right. So
it was a lovely interview.
That was our interview with Fiesta Equestria, the convention chair, and I'm really looking forward to that convention now.
I am too. So about out of work and I can relax. It's kind of nice being at home and able to sit down. Like, this is what it's like sitting down. Anyways, we should probably move on to some pony thing. It's been a while since I've looked at the news on this thing called Equestria Daily.
Yeah,
yes. I haven't been there in a whole month. I'm literally looking at it, and there's stuff here. I'm like, it's like the same as it was a month ago.
It's like, oh, look at this.
Yeah, but there's new stuff. Speaking of new stuff.
And cake.
I do like cake. Keiko is 20% off. Anyways, speaking of new, actually, what's pretty cool actually recently came out is there's an SFM, which is a Source filmmaker. New little video came out. It's a short. It is called Game Ponies Play Light Cycles. And judging by the name Light Cycles, it sounds like it's going through lighting features. No, it's going through Tron features with ponies. Very interesting. So we watched that. Are we going to show them the video?
Yeah, let's show them the video right now.
And suffer. That's that lovely display.
Yes.
Very interesting video. Well done animation for the most part.
Well, I've been really
and simplistic.
impressed. And I mean, you know, we've talked about this a little bit in past weeks. SFM recently got an update, and that's why we've been seeing so many SFM videos, because it's better than it was before. So people are testing it out and doing different things with it. This video was really well done. It's got Fighting His Magic music, which is...
I noticed that, yeah. I was here in the background. I think this is Fighting His Magic.
Yeah, it's. I believe that's the Rainbow Dash theme.
It is the Rainbow Dash theme. I recognize the music. It's Rainbow Dash, yeah.
And so I mean, it's really cool that they added the Fighting His Magic music. And then, of course, all the effects for the light cycles were really well done. And it was actually really cool.
I mean, overall, this isn't like amazing, highest end quality animation. There is, but still very well done. It had, I don't know, it had a sort of simplistic feel to it, in my opinion. But I like that about it, because that's all it was, just a simple SFM animation thingy.
Right.
I don't know what they're called. It's animations, I guess.
Now, speaking of animations, we got another one that recently came out. But this one has been one that I've been waiting for a long time. A lot of people have been waiting for this for a long time, because Brony Dance Party brought out yet another PMV. It's been a couple months since they brought out their last one.
Bought out.
Let's see. Brought. I said brought.
I sound like bought out. Since they bought out their last one, well, they bought out their own music video. Oh, okay then.
But anyway, what was the last one they put out? It was.
That was a while ago. What was that?
That was a long time ago.
I don't remember. I was gone for a whole month. My brain's dead.
Well, it's been a lot more than a month.
Well, yeah, but either way, I'm going to use that as an excuse. Yeah. Anyways, this is a animation thingy from Brony Dance Party. We'll go ahead and show you this, and then we will make fun of it. And by that, I mean talk about it.
It was a dark day when I lost my faith. I wasn't the pony I thought I'd be, and it seemed that no one could relate. There was nothing left for me to see. So I took a walk to the edge of the town. I thought of leaving it all behind, when I saw a little letter fall right out of the sky, as a gray mare hovered way up high. I thought I was crazy when I saw her wave, and then simply fly away. So I opened the letter and looked inside, and what was written made my day. It said, "Isn't it great to be different? Isn't it wonderful to be exactly who you are? When you learn to start accepting yourself, you'll become a shining star." I turned around and I saw her at my door, a cute gray mare with the wall-eyed stare. She said,
"I've heard you play and sing before, and I heard a sadness I could not bear. I just wanted to tell you that the hardest thing I faced wasn't the teasing or the pain. It was convincing myself I wasn't stupid, strange, or lame, and helping others
last few years flew by just like a blur. I'm now exactly where I should be, and I know I owe it all to her, that beautiful mare who believed in me. Isn't it great to be different? Isn't it wonderful to be exactly who you are? When you learn to start accepting yourself, you'll become a shining star.
Isn't it wonderful?
You'll become a shining star.
Isn't it great?
When you learn to love just who you
Then again, you have to remember there's not much of a difference between that and that. Anyways, that was Brony S Party's Great to Be Different. It is great to be different because I am different.
Right. But
Left.
no, I mean, I've never actually heard the song. I've heard about it, but I never actually listened to it myself. When we were doing our top 10 pony songs of 2012, while I was looking up songs, I noticed that Everfree Network, when they did their top 100 songs of 2012, this was like number 6. I mean, it was one of the very top-rated songs of 2012, and it's a sad song.
Oh yeah, it's one of those songs where I'll feel sorry for people who can't accomplish things, and then uplift them so they can do better, and they can have self-confidence, and then they're awesome, and yeah.
Right, but I mean, you know, the fact is that it was really well done. I mean, Brony Dance Party always does a great job with these, and when I'm listening to this song, you know, it's already been confirmed that Season 4 is going to have an episode where they go into disabilities.
Wait, what? Oh, that's right. I remember seeing that somewhere.
And this song is almost like that episode because it's talking about someone that's different. This one's someone who doesn't. It's an adult blank, which is odd, but not necessarily a disability.
Yeah, that's true.
But she gets a message from Derpy, another person that deals with adversity, and Derpy cheers her up. Which I'm kind of thinking this disabilities episode. We've talked about this in previous podcasts, but I'm pretty sure that the disability episode is going to be Scootaloo dealing with not being able to fly, and this is all pure conjecture on my part.
Because he's like that.
But anyway,
I think it'll deal with.
There's always a chance that Scootaloo is going to go and talk to Derpy in that episode as well.
What? What?
And get reassurance from her because she's also one that deals with.
Wait, what?
Disabilities.
Is this all just your assumption?
Yes, yeah, of course.
Oh. Okay then, I was gonna say. Well then you might
There was no confirmation.
Well then you might as well throw Screw Loose in there and have the barking pony be a wise pony of old.
She doesn't bark anymore, remember? She was healed.
Well yeah, and then she barked again.
No, she didn't. The nurse just thought she did because it was Winona that was walking by. That was pretty funny, though. So, anyway, this is a great music video. I like the song. It's got a good message. And Brony Dance Party always does a great job. The only thing else I wanted to mention was that it wasn't Bald Dumbarat that sang as Derpy. Granted, I don't know if Bald Dumbarat sings. I don't know if that's one...
That wasn't Bald Dumbarat. That was someone else.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was...
What's her face?
What's her name?
Yeah, exactly. Her. I love her. Anyways. But
so bad that I can't remember her name.
Well, it's bad that I don't remember her name.
That's what it was. It was Decibel.
Oh. Decibel.
Yes.
Okay. Say like Isabel or something.
And yeah, so it was Decibel that sang as Derpy. But she sounds a lot like Bald Dumbarette.
Well,
That's what was funny about it, is that she sounded like Bald Dumbarette when she sang as Derpy.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I like to say on my part of the video, the music was well made. Personally, though, I don't know, a bit too long of a slow song for me. I like slow songs sometimes, but I don't know, it just seemed to drag on a little bit for me. That's just my opinion. Hate me. I do. I hate me as well. But yes, speaking of dragging on, well, no, it's not really dragging on. I just want to bring it up. Comics! They don't really drag on.
The new cover for the comic
is amazing.
If you take a minute to look at it, it's absolutely amazing.
They have Luna, Derpy, Wildfire, Lightning Dust for some odd reason, Trixie, a Bat Pony of awesomeness, Luna, and of course Luna in armor.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, you got Luna's Night Guards, you have Wildfire, Derpy, Spitfire, Soren, Lightning Dust, Trixie. I mean,
Derpy,
and
a solar
guard. This is an awesome picture. And this is just the cover image. Yeah. I want to see what the story is about.
Have you not read the next arc of the comic series?
No, I don't ever read them until all the comics are out.
You psychotic moron! I
don't want to be left with a cliffhanger. I want to know.
You might want to cover yours because I want to share, like, I don't know who's read it or not, but like personally for me, it's okay. I still like the first one much better than this arc though.
You know what?
I will say that.
Here's the thing. If this comes out in the next week, well, it doesn't even say. It
comes out. It comes out in about a week.
Okay, if it comes out in the next week, as in before the 15th. If it comes out before the 15th,
I think you're talking about like the 16th.
Then on the 15th or 16th, one of those 2 days, instead of doing the discussion about the Brony Chronicles, we'll do a discussion about the second arc. Because we did the first arc earlier. And I'm really excited for the second arc to come out. And
it's okay. I still prefer the first one much more.
But let's let it finish.
No,
and see.
I've read 3 of them so far, and they have 1 more left.
I know.
I'll admit the concept's pretty interesting and neat and everything, but overall the first one's much better. The puns, they hurt. They hurt.
But anyway, let's. So that's the plan. Is that right now I'm planning on doing Brony Chronicles, but if the comic series comes up before the 15th next week, then we'll do a discussion about the second arc next week instead.
Yeah.
So that's the plan there.
Oh yeah, speaking of plans, Equestria girls in Twilight's new plan to invade Earth and take over the planet. Well, I don't think that might be her plan, but the point is, Twilight ends up on Earth, and we learn more of the story. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but we'll probably provide like a link below, or maybe actually, let's go ahead and show the newer trailer and the Law of Wonders.
They just recently brought out a newer trailer, and we're going to show that to you guys right now.
Oh yes.
Princess Twilight Sparkle.
We have so much to discuss.
You are a princess now. Embrace it. She's got my crown. Stop.
Retrieve your crown. Without it, the other elements of harmony have no power, and Equestria is left without one of its most important means of defense.
You understand the importance of your task?
What does the rest of me look like?
I don't think that's how the new you is supposed to...
What am I? My magic, is it working?
You must be new here.
They do remind you of your pony, though, friends.
You're right, Spike. Looks like if I want my crown back, I'll have to become Princess of the Fall Formal.
How exactly do you plan on doing that?
I have no idea.
magic of friendship doesn't just exist in Equestria. It's everywhere.
Those are my girls! Woohoo!
Did that dog just talk?
The talking dog is the weird thing about all this?
This trailer
is a trailer
for what?
It's a trailer.
Well, yes, this trailer, for me personally,
like
was a lot better than the original trailer that they brought out.
Oh, yeah.
You got a little bit more story that's added on because now you know exactly how the crown got stolen in the first place. It was Sunset Shimmer that came to get it,
because she
and
was a thieving jerk.
Ended up, and she ended up escaping into the human world.
I bet Sunset Shimmer is related to Lightning Dust. And she's seeking vengeance.
Because that makes complete
And she's
sense.
seeking vengeance for her sister's lostness at the academy. And what's going on? She stole the crown. She's like, I'll take revenge for my sister, for you, Lightning Dust. And she's saying there, oh, thank you, sister. No, you're welcome.
Because Twilight Sparkle was the one that...
Yes, clearly.
It does.
Well, all Lightning Dust can remember is purple because she's actually colorblind to every color but purple. So... And that's why she was able to recognize Rainbow Dash from the other ponies. And so she saw Twilight. She's like targeted Twilight because she can only remember the purple from Rainbow Dash, even though purple's similar to blue, and she sort of saw the blue flags, but that's not the point. Then again, purple's also similar to red, but that's not the point either. So what happens in this one? It's very interesting. I'm still wondering why the heck Princess Celestia has a portal to Earth, but maybe she likes coffee and donuts like any other pony. I'm not sure.
But here's the thing. I really hope they explain that. I'm because, yes, I agree it's weird that she has this mirror in the first place and how much she uses it. Now, at the same time... You're also getting different things. This is the first time I don't think they mentioned the fact that Spike talked in the last trailer, and he has a couple lines in this trailer, which is good. I like his last line in the trailer. You know, what a talking dog is the weirdest part about this.
Well, yeah, it is true. Because Twilight turned into a human and then ran on her knees, which, in all honesty, running on your knees and like your hands, it's really quite painful. I've done that before. Well, thankfully, not on concrete. I did it on a hardwood floor though, and then I slipped and fell and hit the wall.
She doesn't know how it works.
Oh yeah, which makes me wonder, how did she figure out how to go to the bathroom? Anyways, moving on.
I don't think we go into that.
We're not gonna go into that. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
But anyway, so. The funny thing is that the crown ends up being the prize for the fall formal. I'm not exactly sure how that happens. And instead of stealing it back because it's hers, she decides, oh, I have to win it now. And cue the song that they preview in the trailer about getting, the others helping her win the crown. The only thing I'm worried about there is that it seems like a pop song, like one that you would hear in High School Musical.
So call me maybe, or whatever, something like that.
Well,
either way, it sounds like modern music is the problem.
Right. It's not the kind of music we're used to when we watch Friendship is Magic, which is the problem. Daniel Ingram is still writing this stuff, but he's using a completely different style, which I have yet to decide whether it's a good or a bad thing.
Yes. That is the point.
And I probably won't know until we actually watch it. Now, that's another thing, too, is that the lightning round may not be going on, but when this thing does come out and we all see it, we will be doing a special review of it.
A special review.
But, I mean, it won't be part of the lightning round. It'll just be a special on our channel.
Special.
Yes.
Be sure not to say lightning round at the beginning of the video. You have a habit of doing that.
Well, yeah, but...
Yeah.
I mean, that's only because we are the lightning round right now. Once it's done, I'm sure I'll be able to, cut that out. Because I'm not even going to be lightning anymore after this. I'm going to be changing my name anyway.
Illegally, of course.
Yeah, of course. Because it's illegal to change your name.
Speaking of illegal, they are now making ponies with cupcake heads. It's very interesting.
I don't know how that's illegal, but
it is now.
It is definitely interesting, though.
But actually, it turns out they're just Photoshop mock-ups. Anyways, I think they still would have been very interesting, because I would have liked to see ponies with cupcake heads, and it just would have been like, oh, they got cupcake heads. They're so delicious. And then you eat one, and you feel guilty after that because you ate their brain.
Right.
Their brain's now icing.
Here's another thing. This is Cereal has been doing this pretty much every week now.
I like Cereal.
I know he's pretty cool.
I think Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks are my favorite. Actually, Honey Nut Cheerios are really good too.
You're eating Applejack?
Yes. Yes, I am.
How dare
What kind of sick... I can see Applejack in a box of Applejacks. What kind of sick joke is this? Cinnamon? The hell is cinnamon?
It just reminds me of Epic Cupcake Time. Next time, we eat Applejacks. Beg your pardon?
Yes.
But anyway, Serial Velocity has been doing this pretty much every week. Usually they're based off the main 6. This time he draws away from that and has the 5 fundamental laws of equestrian nature. I'm not going to go through them because that would take a long time, but definitely do go and check this out because it's pretty funny, the kind of stuff that he goes into.
Applejack Logic, Dark Matter, Morgan Freeman, ponies, and Twilight Spickle.
Yeah, it's all there. Twilight Spickle is definitely there.
Oh, yes. Very interesting.
Now, another thing about Equestria Girls, you know, they've had a lot of stuff recently that have come out for it.
Yeah, like a week or two.
And just to let everyone know, if they aren't aware of this already, it is going to be premiering at the LA Film Festival. That is actually on June 15th, so that's the day before it premieres in theaters, is when it premieres at the LA Film Festival. I'm kind of wondering if there's someone live streaming the LA Film Festival, because if they are, then there might be a site online that you can go to watch Equestria Girls before it actually comes out in theaters. But I'm not sure if someone's doing that or not. That's just my hope, because I don't necessarily want to go to a theater to watch it. I just I want to see it.
Yeah, more like. Yeah, I'm not gonna drive down to LA. You know why? It's scary.
Well, it's only like 5 hours from
6.
Right? 6?
Yeah.
That's still a good drive. I mean, I wouldn't drive 6 hours.
Yeah, but it's like 600 miles.
I wouldn't drive 6 hours to see a.
Well, I mean, it's going to be more theaters than that, obviously. I mean, they're going to be.
Well, yeah, there's quite a few in California. I mean, there's hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be one in San Francisco too. So.
I mean, I'd have to. The closest one to me, I think, is about 45 minutes away.
Toronto.
No. No, I live in Minnesota now.
That's what they all say.
That's
what all the Canadians say now. I live in Minnesota,
There's a theater in Apple Valley that is showing...
It would be in Apple Valley.
Right.
Well, of course, it only makes sense.
Anyway, I'm really disappointed because the theaters that are showing this, there's like 2 weekends. Like June 16th and 17th, and then like July 13th and 14th, I believe, are the 2 weekends that they're showing this thing. Which means that while we're in Houston, which would be a perfect time to go to a theater to watch this when all of you guys are there with me.
Yeah, we're not going to go away and watch another movie more than likely in the middle of the whole thing. But we'll be there, a room away, and supporting you.
But anyway, that's it's too bad that we can't go and see it when we're down in Houston, because there's like 3 different movie theaters in Houston that are playing it.
Yeah, that's true.
But eventually it's also going to premiere on the Hub this fall. That'll be live streamed and everything, obviously, just like a new episode would be. And I'll watch them.
Yeah, that works too.
Or hopefully sooner than that, but
yeah,
you know,
we'll have to see in time.
For those of you that like spoilers, there's there's a bunch of images that have come out for the movie. One thing that people have been talking about, and there's a picture that has recently come out where Twilight comes to the Crystal Kingdom and meets this Pegasus in Royal Guard armor with blue hair.
Ooh, fancy.
And people are speculating that this is this pony or person that she meets in the human world that is supposed to be the love interest.
He's the only brony in the entire
alleged.
There better not be a high school love interest. It's just yeah.
But anyway, that just so people are speculating about this, which would mean that if she did have this connection, if this connection did form while she was in the human world, that means it could possibly continue once she left, because there would be this Pegasus that she fell in love with,
Yeah, but high school love interests never go well. Then again, my parents are high school lovers.
But anyway, it's all conjecture right now. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but that's just what people have been talking about because of this new picture.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of stuff comes up for a picture like that. But yes.
Yeah.
So,
another thing.
Game Loft
is just that,
or am I skipping ahead too far?
No, I think you're actually going back. You're talking about the Sunset Shimmer.
Oh, they
right?
added that to the Game Loft game. Oh,
yeah.
You're past that?
Yeah, we're already past that, but you can go ahead and talk about it, though.
Yeah, they added Sunset Shimmer to Game Loft. Moving on. That's literally about it. I mean, what do you want me to say about it? Like, well, everybody, it looks like they've added a brand new pony to the Game Loft My Little Pony game. It is now Sunset Shimmer. You can be a cruel jerk, steal crowns, and own your own home. You can get bits doing mini games.
Is someone actually still playing that game? I'm pretty sure that died down pretty quickly. I don't know anyone that's still playing.
I don't know. Maybe. I kind of want to play it. Anyways, the point is that they added Sunset Shimmer. Well, see, what happens is they're like, oh, let's add this character. And they're all like, oh, a new character. Let's play the game again. Memories. And they're like, memories. Because they hate the prices of everything and stuff like that. And then they're all...
Well, that was the big problem with the game, is that everything costs so much money, and to actually play it without spending money, you'd be playing it for years
on end.
Which is just not feasible to do so.
Exactly. Well, unless you're a Surefire.
Well,
I got 7.
He would disagree with you, but then again, everyone knows that he's lying,
of course he's Surefire. He has to. He's a changeling.
So anyway, moving on. Is a little bit about fan fiction.
What is it? What's fan fiction?
Fallout Equestria has yet again had a compilation post on Equestria Daily. The last time they had one was May 1st, I think, is what it says. Which is a total of 98 stories, 25 which are new, and 200 new chapters in just, like, the last month, which is ridiculous. And, I mean, this Fallout Equestria has turned into a whole portion. Like, there's like, when you take the Brony fandom, there's a whole section just for Fallout Equestria, because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of side stories for Fallout Equestria. Yeah, some of the side stories are even longer than the original story.
Of course, people are like that.
And it's ridiculous how big this fan fiction has become. After all, it is the only fanfic to ever earn the legendary tag on Equestria Daily, which makes sense.
Well, yeah.
It's too bad that the author is so shy.
Aww, he's so shy.
Because, I mean, K-Cat, I don't think has ever done a audio interview. She's done interviews before, but I think it's been just text. Because she doesn't like to talk.
I see. Very interesting.
So that's kind of the weird thing about this, but not too much to talk about. I'm not going to go through it because it would take forever
more likely
to go through all the stuff here. But this is the new and updated stories from May 1st to June 5th.
Yeah. Okay then. But also, speaking about new updated, I don't know how many of you guys are into this, but the little 3D prints they have updated. They have added Derpy, and she's adorable.
Well, yeah, they said that they were coming out.
I know, but she's adorable. Look at her. Her eyes are slightly crossed, and she has her tongue sticking out, and she's so happy.
Yes, the last time we talked about this, they mentioned that Derpy was upcoming, but they hadn't done her yet. Now she is available. This is Hash Brony.
Yeah.
For those of you that are still wondering about that, and it's $30 for a cute 3D printed Derpy.
Yes.
So obviously collectors out there are going to want to get this because it's one of those collectible things. Yes.
That is the point.
Yeah, BronyCon and Everfree Northwest have updated their music guest list lineup. I'm going to go through here and actually take a look and see who they got here. For the, let's see, this is for Everfree Northwest. They're going to have Alex S., Mike the Microphone, Michael A., Voodoo Pony, Don DeVore, Pony One Kenobi, Fragment TD,
Fragmented,
Derpy D, That Son of a Mitch, Art Attack, Brony Mike, Tarby, Halos Foss, Fenning, Meta Joker, Replacer, Idea Brony Rap, I be a Brony Rapper, Odyssey, Silverhound, Mandapony, Acoustic Brony, Michelle Creeper. They're all going to be at BronyCon. It's going to be an absolutely huge show. And obviously they're doing Pony Stock 2013, which is like 48 hours, I think. They're just going to have music going on nonstop in one of the concert halls that they've got going on.
Well, of course.
This is the Seer. I don't think it says what date. I can't remember when Everfree Northwest is.
I don't know either. Probably I'd say summer as well. Oh wait, no, it's July 5th to 7th.
Okay,
that's what it says on here.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, it says right there. So.
July 5th. Yep. And along with that, BronyCon has also brought out a promo video and has labeled that the pre-registration for BronyCon ends on July 15th. So if you're trying to buy tickets for that, do it before July 15th to get the discounted price. Otherwise, after that, they're going to be $75. And will be available at the door as well if they don't sell out, which they may or may not. The thing about BronyCon is that they're expecting it to be big, so they've got a lot of place. It's supposed to be bigger than it was last year. Last year was 4,000.
That means they've added more chairs.
So they probably are expecting over 4,000 people. Therefore, they have over 4,000 badges ready to be sold. I'm not 100% what the pre-registration price is. I don't know how much they cut off. I just know that it's $75 after the pre-registration, after July 15th.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to go into their promo video.
It is animated.
But we'll just mention that it includes crab hats, and yeah, you guys can watch that if you're interested in BronyCon.
Yes, I will not be attending. It's too far away.
I will be there if I possibly can. I'm really trying to get to BronyCon this year because there's a lot of other people that I know that are going, and it is feasible for me because it's not going to be too expensive. It's going to be like $500 for me to get there. Actually, closer to like $300, but I'm just, for food and other...
eating's part of a necessity in the life thingy.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, mostly. Anyways, speaking of life, Cadence and Shining Armor are going to be in the comics number 11 and 12 in the My Little Pony comic series, apparently.
Yeah, that's really.
And it doesn't relate to life, but either way, ponies are life.
Right.
Yes, that is the point.
Ponies are alive.
Well, yes, it's true. Anyways, I look forward to it. I'm not sure who is going to be writing the 11th and 12th comic issue. I hear that Katie Price is back, or no, is it Andy Price and Katie Cook? Yeah, it is. That's how it goes.
Yeah. You're just mixing their names.
I love mixing their names. Anyways, they're going to be back on, I hear, for the next arc. I'm not entirely sure if that's 100% confirmed, but I will say I really enjoyed them for the first arc, and I look forward to the next arc as well. Yes, right. Indeed.
There, in other news, there's ponies.
Oh,
in
I love
news.
ponies. Where?
Yes, ponies. WTYV and CBC had put out.
Oh, you meant literal news. I thought you mean like sarcastic.
No, there's actually news stations that did some
pony
I know.
stuff.
Because recently, Phoenix Comic Con had gone on.
They had nothing else to post on the news, so they talked about that.
Right. So they decided to talk about ponies. It's really funny because now the Brony fandom, the show's been out for 2.5 years now. And the Brony fandom has probably been around for 2 of those years, at least hardcore, right? I mean, because there were some people that had watched the show right when it started, but it was probably around the middle of Season 1 to the end of Season 1 where the Brony fandom really started to take shape. And so it's been about 2 years since this whole thing started.
Yeah.
And yet, it's the news is still reporting on it as if it's a new thing. They're saying, "Hey, look at this! This fandom is weird because it's adult people that like My Little Pony." And
because it's bigger now than it was before.
It's bigger now than it was before, but I mean, it's almost big enough to the point where you shouldn't be reporting on it as if it's a new thing.
For the most part, it kind of is comparatively to other things that are starting to come out in some ways.
We have a convention in New York.
Yeah, but I mean, the first convention was only
It has 4,000 people that showed up to it last year. People know about us now. This is not a new thing
but you have to
anymore
remember, for the most part, still, it's fairly small in some ways, comparatively.
It's... Okay, according to the Brony census that they did last year, there's anywhere between 7 million and 12 million of us in the world. Worldwide.
I know that.
Which is a small percentage of the world.
Yeah, that's...
It's about 1/1000.
Yeah, exactly. And also you have to remember, though, the conventions are far and few between for the most part. And like I said, it's only been 2 years. The news doesn't pick up on stuff really quickly. They're slow. Especially for stuff like that. And also you have to remember, the news isn't concerned necessarily with fan bases and stuff like this. But yes, it's weird. It's something that caught their eye by chance. I mean, I still go around at my college and other places at work, and I'm like, have you heard? And people my age, I ask if they heard about the show. Most of the time, they never have, so...
It's true. I mean, usually if it does make the news, it's like a 2-minute segment that they do. Say, "Hey, look at this," and then
unless you're Fox.
Well, yeah, unless you're Fox, and that's negative advertisement. But at the same time, it's still advertisement, even if it's negative.
Fox hates everything.
People are still learning.
Fox hates everything.
Well, yeah, I don't actually consider them a real news source anyway.
My arm's itchy. All right. But anyways, yes. Actually, we mentioned the comics earlier. They're already having covers come out for some of the for the 9th issue.
Yeah. They're talking about Pinkie Pie's issue and Applejack's issue.
Yeah.
5 and 6. 9 is supposed to involve Big Mac or Cheerilee. I think it's Big Mac.
Yeah.
But, no. Cheerilee is number 9.
So
number 9 is
issue is Cheerilee.
Yes.
That's the main arc, right? The main series?
No. This is the micro series.
Let's see.
5 is Pinkie Pie, because, we've had Twilight was 1, Rainbow Dash was 2,
Fluttershy
was
3, 4. They actually had that in my comic store.
Pinkie Pie is going to be 5, and Applejack is
what
number
happened
6.
to 8 and 7?
7 and 8. Well, 7 and 8, I think they've already talked about. I think the Kingdom of Crusaders is going to be 7 and Big Mac is 8, if I'm not mistaken. And then Cheerly is 9. And then 10 and 11 is Shining Armor and Cadence. I think that's as far as they've gotten to talk about the actual micro series, but obviously there will be more after that. I kind of want to see either a Princess Celesta issue or a Princess Luna issue. That'd be really cool.
A derpy issue.
Well, they might do that.
They call it Through My Walled Eyes.
My Walled Eyes.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like one of those books that Oprah would write, Through My Walled Eyes, sort of thing. Like one of those sentimental books about the struggles in life and how you overcome them. Speaking about struggles in life and overcoming, well, Twilight doesn't just eat things. We'll show you what she eats.
Twilight, hurry up! We're gonna be late for the race!
Why are you so...
Okay, I really don't know what that had to do with what I was talking about, but I wanted to show this video anyways.
She eats butterflies. Well, and you know, the funny thing is that she doesn't just eat butterflies. Then she spits out 3 more of them. And of course, this is actually a GIF. Someone put out a GIF of Twilight eating butterflies. Someone took that and increased it to her eating the butterflies and then spitting out 3 more.
2 more.
Now, the interesting part about this is that it's edited to the point where it looks normal.
And the animation part of the show. Yeah,
right. It's very good. It's a very good edit job. Like,
because I was looking at it, I'm like, what scene is this from? Because it looked like one of the scenes where Spike was actually talking to Twilight sort of thing, but I noticed with a slight animation of Spike's mouth, it was ever so slightly off. I'm like, that's not the show's animation. So
no, it's not. But yeah, very well done. And Twilight.
It really nothing to do with life and overcoming things. Actually, it did, because butterflies have to be eaten in order to populate the Earth, apparently, by Twilight Sparkle, of course, because she's magic. Wait. So when she became an alicorn, do the butterflies become more powerful?
No, that's why. No. She became an alicorn. Now she just eats a butterfly and doesn't spit out just 1 butterfly. She spits out 3.
Yeah.
So they just increase the number.
Yeah,
that's all.
Populate the Earth, my friend. Helps.
Trixie, you had one job.
You had one job. Speaking of jobs, GM Barrow has the job of writing stories, but not just any stories. He wrote the Equestria Girls in book form. It's now listed on iTunes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, is it already out?
It's listed on iTunes. That's all it says here.
So you could go and buy it and read Equestria Girls before the actual movie.
Wait, hold on. It seems we may see a book and tie-in for the upcoming Equestria Girls movie. 192 pages worth, holy crap, of it. Which actually is not a lot. Anyways, it can be found over at the iTunes store. The October release date is long into the future.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
Yeah,
it'll
be in October. But it's very interesting. But I hear the last book he wrote, or they wrote, was, it was alright, I hear. I don't know. I have to find out for myself. After all, I do read. Then again, I need to finish this book.
Of course.
And that book right there, too.
Well, yeah, you know what's really funny is that I have books that I need to read, but I get so caught up reading fan fiction or whatever, because, An Affliction of the Heart just updated, so I had to read that. And then, but I've got books to read, but I keep on reading fan fiction instead of books.
They're fan fiction. But why don't you just get a book of past sins?
Because I've already read Past Sins, and I don't want
a copy of it.
Print book of it.
But why?
Right. Because I've already read it, and I don't want to spend money to get a print version of it, even if it is really cool.
Me my sister, because she doesn't like spending money. She's stingy now that she has money.
I'm not stingy. I'm trying to save money for our Fiesta Equestria trip. That's the idea, is saving money. And then I also need to save money for BronyCon.
Yeah, that's true. But money is a stupid thing. Anyways, it really is. I mean, in actuality, my last name is on the dollar bill. actually, my last name, if you look at the 2000, I think it's 6 series of dollar bills, if you look at your dollars, it'll say something Cabral. My last name is Cabral. I own every 2006 series dollar bill in the United States.
Don't listen to him. He's delusional.
I am tired, actually.
There was a treasure. For those of you that want a history lesson right now, the dollar bills have the name of the U.S. treasurers on it. And one of the U.S. treasurers was last name.
Oh yeah, I know.
Not necessarily related to
know?
you. I didn't say she wasn't. Just not necessarily related to you. She can be or could. Yeah. But anyway.
Yes.
Well,
speaking of paper, actually, that worked out perfectly. That's why I planned it. Anyway, speaking of paper, there are now exclusive paper cutouts for covers that are available on Hub World that you can go and download, print out, and then you can cut out pieces of paper and make the beautiful scenery of the Crystal Empire.
Huzzah!
Yes, it's a mighty huzzah!
And yes, we also have some birthdays that are going on. Daniel Ingram has a birthday on June 13th.
Happy birthday!
And Amy Keating-Rogers has her birthday on June 17th. Yes. So happy birthday to
my
both
dad's
of those.
birthday is June 11th.
Huzzah!
Okay. He's going to Reno.
Okay.
Then he's going to Texas after that. Then I'm going to Texas after he comes back from Texas. He's going to a railroad convention for his work.
Oh my gosh, Fluttershy, this is the Daring Do Museum. Anyway.
What? I'm confused.
It's just one of the comics. The Daring Do Museum is one of the comics.
Oh, okay. That reminds me of Daring Do's Insane Mind for some reason.
What?
Fluttershy goes to...
Daring Do should go to the Daring Do Museum.
Daring Do's Insane Mind?
Daring Do's Insane Mind.
That sounds amazing. Shut up.
Anyway.
I don't even know what that is. Good thing, too. It scars people. Sometimes. I talk to myself in funny voices.
We sat through like 15 to 20 minutes of it.
It was funny. I liked it. Well, part of it. It went a bit hectic here and there, but I liked it, so... That was my first live one, too. Anyways.
More Everfree announcements. Yay! So, Everfree has put out a whole press release listing a number of different things. First of all, they've talked about supporter badges. Supporter badges are premium badges with different perks. And they're over half gone already. Of course, these are a limited edition. There's only a few of them, and you actually have to register special for these supporter badges. They're already over half gone. So if you want to get one of those, get them.
And by the time this is uploaded, you probably won't be able to get any of them. So sorry for the late news, but you're never going to get one in your entire life.
They're not going to go that fast. This convention's still a month away, and so it's not going to go that fast. Now, they're also looking for more volunteers to be on the staff. They're still looking for
people,
logistics, media, game room, merchandise booth. They're looking for people to fill those positions.
It's not paid, it's volunteer work, people. So sorry about that.
Well, yeah, and so they're encouraging people to go to the staff meetings on June 15th and June 29th and fill out the application online.
Yeah. And not get paid. For science!
But, I'm going to say this right now. If you're going to go to a convention, one of the best ways to get involved is to actually work there. When I went to Midwestria, my friend was on the staff there as a VIP relations person, which means that he followed around.
So basically he stalked people. It's pretty interesting, actually.
And it was really cool because then I was hanging out with my friend who was hanging out with Emma Larson. So in turn, I was hanging out with
Emma Larson was ignoring you and talking to your friend instead.
No. He was cool.
I'm cool.
But anyway, there's also a vendor page that is opened up for Fiesta. For
He's struggling saying that.
They've got T-shirts, prints, posters, original artwork, plushies, yada yada yada. Lots of different things over on their vendor page. That's brand new. The convention hotel is now full. It's the Hilton Conference Center.
Oh, Hilton! Wow.
Is what the hotel that was hosting the event. Right now, the Holiday Inn, which is nearby, has started to take overflow, and that still has rooms available. So you won't be able to book rooms at the Hilton anymore; they're full. But you can go to the Holiday Inn nearby. They still have rooms. Get those before those run out, because otherwise you're going to be in a hotel like 3 miles away. It's going to be horrible. Because then you got to take like a cab to get to and from the convention unless you're driving there, and it's just going to be a big mess.
Speaking of big messes,
so get a room while you still can.
Or you can...
The other thing is that they've got first of all, Whose Line Is the Any Pony, and Dear Princess Celestia / Luna. I don't know what that is. I saw Whose Line Is the Any Pony last year, which was funny because Everfree Northwest, Mike Microphone kind of stole the show last year at Everfree Northwest. And he was one of the contestants on Whose Line Is the Any Pony as well. And it was actually really funny if you missed that last year. But yeah. As for the Dear Princess Celestia and Luna, I don't remember what that was.
I don't either. I don't pay attention last year.
It's a very powerful and moving panel we recommend highly. Firsthand the effects ponies have played in some pony else's life. So it's a panel where people talk about the effect pony has had on them, which is also really cool. I'm sure it's emotional,
yes.
rather
Speaking
emotional.
of emotions, there's a brand new animation out where Philly Derpy has a toy broken. Let us watch and cry.
Yeah.
And quite cheesy in all honesty. But what do you expect?
Well, yeah. Well, and I think it kind of drug on a little bit too long. Then
shut up, Antoinette. Now, it did go on a bit too long, but you know what? It's still a pretty the animation was all right. Wasn't bad. Concept was nice. It was a sweet little tale. Bit too long. Enjoyable. That's about it.
And then some unicorn got us cutie mark.
Through the power of science, which is just a picture below that one.
Through the power of friendship.
1,000 years
for science. Anyway.
Yes.
Yes. Meanwhile,
on the other side of the world,
the Hub is holding a Comic-Con contest where you can actually win a trip to Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, which is the big one. And they're holding a sweepstakes to fly and accommodate 2 people out, along with a $500
for
gift
where
card.
We have no idea.
Right now, all you have to do is go to the Hub's website and enter for a chance to win over there.
It's funny because in the picture where it says San Diego Comic Con sort of stuff, it says all you can see is Sandai Comic Co. Because it got cut off. So that's why it says Sandai Comic Co. Oh, okay then.
Meanwhile, because the Japanese version of My Little Pony is getting so big, a lot of the voice actors from the Japanese version have jumped on Twitter and jumped on that bandwagon. So there's a whole list. I think there's about 12 of these guys that have decided to join. Voice of Gilda, voice of Granny Smith, Mrs. Cake and Shadowbolt, voice of Fluttershy, voice of Rainbow Dash, voice of Snips, voice of Rarity, voice of Trixie, voice of Mr. Cake and the Ticketmaster Waiter, voice of Applejack, voice of Pinkie Pie.
I'm sorry for that waiter. He was only in like one episode.
And the voice of Stephen Magnet have all jumped on Twitter, and you can go and talk to them if they know English.
If they know English, yes.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Not always. Sometimes they just like Japan. Well, good luck understanding their accent if they have one.
Well, it's Twitter. They just type what they want to say.
Oh, Twitter. See, this is what happens when I'm tired. I have work in like an hour. Okay. Let's see. Anyways, speaking of English, there is now a literal version to What My Cutie Mark is Telling Me, created by, I believe it is Ms. Bunny Swan, correct?
Yes, of course.
She's a good friend of mine. She's awesome.
Has taken it. Well, yeah, she's a friend of both of ours. Anyway, she's taken it upon herself to do a literal version of pretty much every song. What My Cutie Mark is Telling Me is her newest one. Of course, it's just funny. She's pretty much making fun of the video, but she does a great job with it. She's a great singer, and a great voice actor too, because she sings this entire song, which means that she's doing voices for 5 different characters, and she does a great job with all the voices.
Indeed, she does. She's a very good voice actor.
And so it's very, very, very well done. As another animation, this one we're actually going to show you guys because it was just really nostalgic for me.
For him.
Star Fox 64 was probably one of the best games that ever came out for the N64, to be honest. And they've ponified the opening.
I don't know. I've never played the game before in my life.
Anyway, they've ponified some of it with some of the most famous lines from the game.
Yes.
And yeah, it was pretty well done. So if you wanted, we'll check that out right now, and take a look at that.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
Roger, General. I won't let you down, sir.
Yeah!
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
Falco here. Cayman here.
This is Peppy.
Flippy here.
I'll go it alone from here. We're heading into the asteroid.
Looks like we've got company.
Let's have a little fun. Give me Flippy's location, Rob.
Life form indicated at 12 o'clock.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Aha! Thought you could hide from me, eh? You're not getting away that easy.
Do a barrel roll.
Good job. Keep up the good work.
Open the wings.
Can't let you do that, Starfox.
Just what I need to see. Star Wolf, you're good. But I'm better. We'll just see about that, Star Wolf. What the heck? No way! I don't believe it!
You can never defeat me.
You want a piece of me? Your carcass is mine.
It's foolish to come against me. You know that I control the galaxy.
So, Andros, you show your true form. All range mode.
Yippee! You did it!
Starfox, we are in your debt. I would be honored to have you as part of the Cornerian...
Oh, no, sir. We prefer doing things our own way.
Yeah, I have to say, I've never even seen this before, so...
Yes. The nostalgia is just
yeah, I've never played the game before.
I remember playing this game just like for hours on end, because the campaign was short enough where you could play it for like 2 hours and get through the entire thing. But for those of you that have played Star Fox 64, you know that like depending on what you do in a level, there's like multiple options. Like you could go one direction and take a completely different path. You could take a completely different path than another way, and so you could play through the campaign several times and have something different. For every single time, which is really cool.
Okay, then I never played it before. No,
you should. I'm sure they have it. I'm sure they have it on
terrible
Wii,
at games,
but
actually, it
doesn't matter. I think you should play it.
I refuse. Don't tell me what to do. Speaking of refusing and not telling me what to do, My Little Pony: The Bravest Warriors Part 1 is released. The Bravest Warriors, for those who don't know, is a random YouTube video series completed in style animation in Adventure Time, which I don't really care for anyways. The only reason I like Bravest Warriors is because of Catbug, because he's adorable. That's about it. Anyways, those of you who are fans of The Bravest Warriors, that is something to go watch, and there's Pinkie Pie on the cover in it too, so... Catbug, Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, Pinkie Pie. Now, as another animation that has come out recently.
Stop talking.
No. Fluff Tales has had yet another update. I absolutely love all these Fluff videos that are coming out. This one is called Kiss Kiss.
Not based off of the song.
It's literally only like 40 seconds long, but it's hilarious because this pony. This pony is just hilarious. Just so much randomness. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, and we can talk about it afterwards.
Go away. What? God!
I don't know why, but when I saw the Kiss Kiss, I was thinking of Little Mermaid for some reason. Then again, it's Little Mermaid. That's all. Well, either way, Flufflepuff is adorable, Chrysalis is Chrysalis, and food is food.
Anyway, this I'm on this Tumblr and I follow this, and I still don't understand this relationship. But apparently, Chrysalis is just in it for the love. But I don't know. Someone could write a fan fiction on this, and someone probably should write a fan fiction on this because it would be interesting.
Yeah, well.
No, you won't.
I'm a decent fan fiction writer.
I didn't say you weren't. I'm just saying you're not going to do this because you just don't take the time to do that. You've got the little.
Well, no, I have the Little Things to Life. I've got Spectre still to do, and then there's Ashes, and there's Differences, and then there's Housing Development, then there's the mental aspect, Luchadors in Space, Granny Smith x Papa Smurf, Mooter.
No, just no. No.
Okay, I think I have a problem. Well, you see what happened when I was born was. I won't get into that for you. Anyways, yes.
You were born with your cutie mark.
Yeah, I was born with my cutie mark. It's rare. Yes.
Anyway, we're getting really close to the end here. There is another animation that I wanted to talk about. Ponyphonics' Lullaby for Princess is widely considered to be one of the best songs of 2012. I'm sure it was in the top 5. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember exactly what spot it got. I think we here put it ahead of Discord, the Living Tombstone remix. But I think a lot of other people said that Discord was better. It's usually considered the number 1 or 2 when you're talking about the best. When you're talking about the best songs of 2012. And recently, there's been a project going on by Warpout on YouTube to make an animatic for it. And they brought out a preview a while ago, like a month ago or so, and now they have the full animatic done. So now they just need to fully animate it. And it should look really good once it's actually done. But let's go ahead and play the animatic for you right now. It's pretty good.
Fate has been cruel and order unkind. How can I have sent you away? The blame was my own, the punishment yours. The harmony silent today. But into the stillness I'll bring you a song, and I will your company keep. To your tired eyes and my lullabies have carried you softly to sleep. Once did a pony who shone like the sun look out on her kingdom and sigh. She smiled and said, surely there is no pony so lovely and so well beloved as I. So great was her reign and so brilliant her glory that long was the shadow she cast, which fell dark upon the young sister she loved, and grew only darker as days and nights passed. Soon did that pony watched as her sister's unhappiness grew. But such is the way of the limelight, it sweetly takes hold of the mind of its host. And that foolish pony did nothing to stop the destruction of one who had needed her most. Lulay Moon Princess, good night, sister mine. Rest now in moonlight's embrace. Bear up my lullaby, winds of the earth, through cloud and through sky and through space. Carry the peace and the coolness of night, and carry my sorrowing kind. Luna, your love so much more than you know. May troubles be far from your mind. And forgive me for being so The years now before us, fearful and unknown, I never imagined I'd face them on my own. May these thousand winters swiftly pass, I pray. I love you, I miss you, all these miles away. May all your dreams be sweet tonight, safe upon your bed of moonlight, and know not of sadness, pain, or care. And when I dream, I'll fly away and meet you there.
I just love this video
nice.
so much. I love this song. This song is great, and the video just makes it even better.
That's nice. I didn't see it. I closed my eyes intentionally, so I didn't have to watch it. Because knowing me, I'd keep talking.
But that is all we have. That's everything that we needed to talk about. There was a lot of news to go over, but we finally got through it all.
Get through it all. I mean, there was like one or two other things that was there and such like that. I mean, there was a poll with Luna as best princess, but everyone knows that anyways.
Well, yeah, and she won by a landslide too. It wasn't even close.
Exactly. And then Cadence was nowhere to be seen. She was on vacation. Yeah. Anyways, yes, after being idiot and raving on for hours. Well, hour, half. Hour? I don't even know how long it was.
I'm not sure. But anyway.
Oh, it was an hour and 13 minutes. Okay.
So that's that's all we have for this week. Next week, like I said, we might be talking about the comics. We might be talking about Brony Chronicles. One of those we'll be discussing that next week.
And the important thing is that I'm going to be there, so.
Of course, and AR is going to be there, and then if we're having a discussion, Soundspeed will be there, maybe Mytho, maybe Surefire, maybe Duhat will probably be there. So a lot of the regulars will be there for next week, and so definitely look forward to that. Until then, I am Lightning.
I'm someone with the brain that can't think because it's 1 a.m. Actually, it's almost 2, and I have work in a bit. I'm a workaholic. At any rate,
and we will see you next
time.
What a world! What a world!
Excuse me, sir. Why are you crying?
Well, I don't know. I was just sitting here, minding my own business, when this tacky little cloud of purple smoke just whisked past me and tore half of my beloved mustache. Oh, what a world! What a world! Mustache. Oh, what a world! Mustache. Oh, what a world! What a world! Mustache. Oh, what a world! Oh, mustache. What a world! What a world! Mustache! Oh, what a world! Mustache! Oh, what a world! What a world! Mustache! Oh, what a world! Mustache! Oh, what a world! What a world! Mustache! Oh, what a world! Mustache! Oh, what a world! What a world! Mustache! Oh, what a world! My moustache! How wonderful!
You look smashing. Oh, Rarity, your beautiful tail. It's fine, my dear. Short tails are in this season. Besides, it'll grow back. Oh, with the mustache.